We have, in the last, since 2007, have had to put, all Methodist churches in South Carolina have had to put in place a child protection policy, and almost any child protection policy is going to require some sort of training, and rather than reinventing the wheel, Stewards of Children is an excellent resource for that, and so we've used it to train over 325 volunteers just at John Wesley United Methodist Church, and so it's completely changed. It's changed the way I do my job here. I'm also a parent of a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old. It's changed the way that I've parented, and it's been a great tool for our parents here, our teachers, our staff members, and it's changed what we do completely.
I think it's more important for the Hispanic community, only because we've seen a lot of problems when it comes to minors being sort of with adults. So I don't, I think they sort of see it as it being okay, and they don't really see that it's a problem. And I know we showed our first group of Hispanics, and they were really excited about the whole thing. We got some good write-ups on it, but yeah, I think it's sort of opened their eyes to a lot of things that are right, aren't right, that sort of thing. So I don't know. We as Americans, I think, sort of know that what's right and what's wrong, and they've sort of, kind of let that be an okay thing, and that's just from experience here. Not saying that they're any different or whatnot, but when you see your younger population coming in here and they've got things going on with older people, it's sort of scary that that's sort of acceptable.
It's a joy doing it because at the end of each session, I'm amazed at the amount of adults that comes to me in private saying that they know of someone who may be sexually assaulted, and most of the time it's their children's husband who is not the father to their children, and it's a concern for a lot of the adults. And the other thing is that when they're finished, they said, I'm definitely going home today to let my daughter know that these are the signs that you should look for. Ask the questions.
That's a great question for us, and one of the questions that I asked recently in one of the focus groups. We are getting to our 5-year mark, and our policy requires at 5 years that we redo a background check. And we had sort of, in our Children's Council, had some really good conversations about what we needed to do as far as stewards at 5 years. Like, do we need to everybody take it again? Because we're talking 300 people. Do we all need to redo stewards, or do we need to have some sort of an update of it? And after going to those focus groups and talking some with the folks that are working on that at Darkness to Light, we're going to require everyone to redo it. And things have changed in 5 years, and the statistics have changed. The focus of the training to some extent will change, but also we have all changed. Like, our organization has changed in 5 years. We've changed the way we do things and how we do things, and it warrants looking at that again. We're in a different place than we were 5 years ago. My children are 5 years older. Our programming here has grown in 5 years, and our volunteers have grown in 5 years, and so I think to offer it to staff and to offer it to parents and to people that work with children, within that gap, there's been a learning curve for sure, and there's been a lot of changes that have happened too. And so I think that to relook at it in 5 years for sure, in this first 5 years, we will redo everybody. We'll take it again.